I guess that means I'm talking. Okay, so I'm gonna get you to cut this foam with these little knives here. They basically got 4 pieces. In that box there, there's all the stuff that you need. There's gonna be like the pieces that look like this, the blade, and that's what you're gonna use to cut it. So let's see how this goes together here. Put these ones in there like that. It kind of screws in here like this. And then you're gonna find this when you go to the blade just kind of, I don't know if you can see, the blade just kind of slides in to that little top part like that. And you're gonna find that your blade loosens up and it's gonna feel like it's, you just kind of hold the handle and the grip and make sure you turn it in like this, okay? And then it gets tightened. It'll come loose as you do it, okay? Now, here's what is very common. I have no idea why. With most classes is that when they go to make their first piece, let's say it's a semicircle, all right? So you go onto your little spreadsheet and you say, I need a semicircle that is, let's say, 5 centimeters at the base, okay? This, like, invariably is what everybody tries to do first. They go right to the very center of this page, okay? And then they measure out 5 centimeters, all right? And then they put halfway at 2 here, okay? They get their compass out, and then go, oh, this is like a 1952 compass here. It's like, yeah. 1952. Yeah, 1952, that's right, exactly, 1952. And then they do one of these, okay? And it doesn't matter if you get like an actual pencil on there, it's fine like that. And then they've got their shape that, here, let's zoom in here, that they can cut, and they start doing this. And they put one there, and then they'll put another one over here, and then they go to start. Why is this a bad idea?
Start with the
yeah, like this is a nightmare, okay? And I don't know why. Like, if I left all of you to do this, like, you'll giggle, I guess, at the fact that, you know, why would anybody be so stupid? But I can guarantee if I don't have this talk, there's going to be at least 6 of you that go in and they start looking like this, and they're going to start cutting away, and they're going to saw, and then they're going to stab themselves, you know, and they're going to do this thing. Don't do that. You've got a nice straight edge down here. That's really, really nice. Like, you only get one of these pieces, right? Okay, so most of your stuff is going to come out of that one piece. In the group, I've never ever had the material run out. Okay, so if you need to borrow from somebody else, usually there's lots there, because some people do really little shapes, and it makes up for the people who do really big shapes. The only time we can kind of get in trouble is when people don't use it properly from the start. Okay, so use straight edges that you have, all right, when you do the cuts. There is no sawing involved, okay? Mr. U Substitution, you're kind of looking at your computer there. I want to make sure, because you would be a good candidate for this, all right? So I want to make sure you see this, okay? So this is why I said you can't really see the outline under the projector, but I made a little indent of a semicircle here, and this is as hard as it should ever be. Okay, like one that's this size is harder to cut, right? And so, like, it seems weird that I'm showing you this, but you kind of make sure it's on this blue material, right, before you start to cut. No, like, I mean, make sure that the pen's there, that you've gone all the way through, so that it goes there, you know, and then just drag it along, nice and slow. There's no sawing. Notice, there's no, like, you know, I'm going to make a bunch of little white pieces to go on Gansky's carpet. You just do this nice and slow, nice and easy. And I'm going to get an applause here, I can tell. Look at that. Thank you. Now, you're too kind. Okay, now, the next part, and this is super important, okay? We are estimating, all right? This, like, when you go and do your spreadsheet, it's going to give it to you in the, like your sizes, like to the thousandth or whatever you've got it set at, okay? There's no way that we're going to get that. This is like kind of hypothetical, and it's going to be as close as we can make it, okay? Do not do this to try and make it, okay, the right size or little. The nicest way to do it is to just cut it properly the first time. Okay, there's none of it. There's no need for this, is what I'm saying, because all this does is get on my carpet and drive the cleaning ladies insane. They hate me after that happens. All right. The next thing, and this is just like kind of a nice little idea to like, so if you're doing like 100 semicircles or whatever it is, no, 30, okay, like just do a row of them along here and always use this edge, and then go and cut it. I don't know if I can make this any more like this. When you're finished, you know, you've got all your semicircles this way, and then just like they're all gonna go kind of like this, right? Because you're gonna go from your smallest to your biggest, but just kind of get a square up here from your very biggest one, draw the strip, and then you've got another straight edge to go with the next rows. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna make sure that you don't waste, or that you use everything that you need to use, okay? Also, start with, like I showed you a small one just because I wanted to show you that this is probably as tough as it's going to get. This isn't difficult, okay? But that said, do the big ones first, okay? Because then you'll have like little pieces of scrap that you'll be able to make these little ones of later. Does that make sense? Okay, so like it's kind of strange. It's a little bit makes you nervous, right? Because your first one could be this big and it feels like you're taking up a quarter of your shape. But by the time you get to the bottom, most times one of these sheets is enough. And if you need a little bit more, that's okay. All right? Okay. I think that's a wrap. And Yaki, are you going to ask me about the screen again there or what? Yeah, okay. What?